Hi everyone, on Saturday, September the 13th, the traditional ITV 7 on Saturday, the best of the action from Chester and Doncaster, where it's St Ledger Day, the last classic of the flat season. It's quite incredible how quickly it seems to have come round this season. It has to be said, it's probably been a well below par flat season, lacking many superstars, but still some really competitive action on Saturday on ground that's eased, on the softer side of good at both tracks, and the weather forecast unsettled, so bear that in mind. We start off with our daily nap, sponsored by Priced Up Bet. Goes into Portland, the handicap at 225 over 5 furlongs, and I'm hoping this is going to be a really good day for Jamie Spencer. Not normally a jockey I entertain, certainly not at short prices, but he's on a couple of double figure runners today that I really fancy, and hopefully he can get his timings and find a bit of daylight late. The nap, well, it's Jackajaro in the 225, trained by Robert Cowell, a trainer who's had a pretty dismal season, to be truthful. He's not got the horse he used to have, but as a result of that, they're all extremely well handicapped, and he's hit form in the last fortnight with 3 winners, a 21% strike rate. They're going well, and Jackajaro has been running himself into form from a falling mark all summer, and last weekend at Ascot, I thought he ran an absolute screamer, running on strongly from miles off the pace. He's got a great make-up here. Spencer taking over in the saddle, a very strong pace on 2 or 3 of these real trailblazers. I'm hoping they'll go off hard and stop, and Jackajaro can weave his way through at a double figure price late. Our value angle selection, sponsored by Priced Up Bet, goes in the opener at Donny, the 115, a 1 mile handicap, and I'm going to take a chance here on Cash at a double figure price. Now, Cash is one of those horses, he's got lost in the twilight zone. They thought he was going to be a Group 3, Group 2 listed sort of horse. He started off trying that and it hasn't worked. He's been threatening more than he's delivered off the bridle. He's one of those horses, takes a bit of settling. He is often ridden with extreme patience, as Spencer's been on him virtually every run, and I think that's been the case really. He's tanked into things middle of the race and not got home, but he's now down in the weights, right down to the lowest he's ever been. Spencer's booked again. I think this mile will be absolutely ideal with a bit of cut in it, and hopefully he can bounce back to his best. He has got a touch of class. When the cards fall right, he's a smart performer, and a double figure price I think is well worth chancing, with the front of the market looking very opposable to me. We'll spin through the rest of the races now, all on ITV, do them in time order, starting at Donny with the 150, the 7 furlong Group 2 Champagne Stakes. Some fascinating competing form lines here, but I think Giwan is the most interesting runner for the inform Andrew Balding. I know Andrew's had a fantastic season. I think he's had 7 winners in the last 14 days. They continue to run really well. Giwan made his debut. He wasn't held in the highest regard. He wasn't in the high up in the pecking order at all, but he's got things done at Newbury and York in workmanlike style, and I think he's the sort of horse all the rough edges will slowly be knocked off him. He's got loads more improvement to come, and I think he can improve past some more exposed rivals in this much better race. Over to Chester for the 205. Hopefully things don't get too testing there. It can get pretty deep if they get rain. This is a 1 mile 4 furlong listed contest, a very vulnerable favourite for me in the Fragile Hamish, but I like Military Academy from the John and Thady Gosman yard. He's been running well in defeat in recent months in better class. He'll relish a bit of give underfoot. You're getting a good price because there's an unfashionable jockey up, Kieran O'Neill, but I think he'll go really well here. Back to Chester for the 240, a 2 mile handicap. I think Spirit Mixer's the one to side with here. He's a pretty useful stayer. He'll be ridden for luck by Rob Hornby, but he's a previous course and distance winner. He goes well with a bit of cut in the ground. There'll be a strong pace on it. He definitely stays 2 miles well, and his recent efforts have been a lot better than the bare results. Back to Donny for the Park Stakes at 3 o'clock, a 7 furlong Group 2. I like Marvel Man here. Again, Andrew Balding, Asheen Murphy. He ran really well last time behind More Thunder in the Hungerford Stakes at Newbury. I think he'll get a positive ride here, and he should be extremely hard to beat with ground conditions to suit. And finally, the day's feature, the 340 at Donny, the 2 mile Group 1 St Ledger. Well, it's a very weak race, it has to be said. Scandinavia, though, is the standout contender. He's the only one to have attracted support in the last week or so anti-post. Aidan O'Brien has dominated this final classic of the season over the last decade. He's a progressive stayer. I really liked his defeat of stablemate Illinois at Goodwood last time out. He did plenty wrong. He didn't particularly settle. He was off the fence. He had a rough trip in my opinion, and he found really generously for pressure. He's a thorough stayer. There's more to come after just 7 career starts. The easing of the ground's come in his favour, and it's probably against 1 or 2 of the others. I think it'd be extremely hard to beat. Best best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday. Please do like and comment if you can on the YouTube videos. It helps with all of our numbers. Subscribe to the free channel if you haven't already, and do check out our sponsor Priced Up Bet. They've got some really generous price enhancements over the weekend at Donny.